This is my interpretation of my music called a new ambient musical piece. Angel Elaine will help me with this one. This is a huge song. It's about an hour and 30 minutes long. Um, it reminds me a little bit about Netzah, so it goes into the Netzah category of the Ein Sof's Tree of Life. Uh, in it, it has a little bit to resembles a little bit the experience of being shut out of Eden, Adam and Eve, by Michael and the Sword of Fire. Um, with Netzah, Netzah means God's victory, God's win. Think of it as like God's home run almost. Um, Everything is in order is another way of like looking at Netzah. An opening up of the future, or Abraham's door. He kept his door open so that he could meet with people. Scotswahe is Robert Bruce's victory address to the soldiers, by Robert Burns, I believe. This is actually a post-victory song in this music. So if it's God's victory, it has a lot to do with Hakoba Seder. Everything is in order. It's the left leg of the endless Godhead. Time for meditation on the next generation, says Richard Rorty. It's time for that. So there's a lot of work for us to do. Even though we cannot complete it, we still must not desist from it, says Rabbi Rabbi Tarfon. It's a good balance to say that like that. It's a conclusion to a kind of experiment, this music. The future communities matter for us. Future as music, too. Experimenting, this has a lot to do about experimenting with wrapping things up. Spaceflight is one of our books that we wrote about the taking off from an apartment complex, packing things up and wrapping things up for the liftoff. So as a summary, it is prophetic. I think of the sum in Christina Rossetti's poem Uphill, where she says, of labor you will find the sum. I don't ask about heaven, but I'm told at times by my angels when the time is right. I don't know why angels came to me or anyone who they come to. I know particular stuff, like for instance Milton, the poet, goes to baby Hawaii. He's a baby. Cared for by angel nurses. What can I hope is a Kantian question. It's not liked as much for us to seek knowledge, but we seek hope over knowledge. The Kant question is liked by us. He already knew, Richard Rorty that is, what Chalkis knew. The past, the present, and the future knew. An angel-like priest in Homer's Iliad, I would say. So this music kind of recaps what I believe about Super University, a different heavenly afterlife, where everybody there knows all, but they like to surprise each other regardless. My mom actually goes to that afterlife with other people or other angels. And this links up to Birth of Five because of Netzah in the Netzah Sephiroth. In the first Tree of Life musical critique tree we did of our musical critiques. So Birth of Five was that song in that last Tree of Life. This is the second Tree of Life musical critique diagram of the Ein Sof. Birth of Five is similar, a parallel to this music. So if you listen to this new ambient musical piece, it's very much similar to Birth of Five in my last Tree of Life, except it's not exactly the same because this is ambient music, but there are those similarities that I pointed out.